I'm Rob. I'm a YouTube product expert, and I know I'm a guy standing out in my backyard, and I'm going to talk to you about YouTube instead of being in a fancy studio, but the background doesn't make any difference. So I ask you to stay till the end and then make your decision if this information is helpful for you or not. And, again, I work directly with YouTube staff. This hat was given to me by a staff member many years ago. This cool, awesome YouTube pillow was given to me last October when I was out there visiting headquarters and working with staff. So I do have information, I do know what I'm talking about, and I want to help you succeed on YouTube. And a topic that gets a lot of discussion is the YouTube algorithm, and what can we do to figure out how the algorithm works so we can do better on YouTube. And what I want you to take away from this video is ignore the algorithm. Don't worry about the algorithms and what they're doing, and I'll explain why. All right, YouTube has three big concerns. YouTube wants people to come to YouTube to start sessions. YouTube wants people to watch videos and stay on the platform. And number three, YouTube wants people to be happy. When they finally do leave YouTube, they want them to be happy. Now, starting sessions is easy to figure out. How many minutes and how much time you spend watching videos is math, easy to figure out. And the person being happy, that's a kind of a subjective thing, because what does happy mean? So that's a little bit one that's tougher to figure out. But that, in a nutshell, is what YouTube cares about. Session starts, people come to the platform, watching content, people staying on the platform, and when people finally leave, they've had a good experience and they're happy. So, you've heard things about how the audience is the most important thing, and the audience is followed by the algorithm. The algorithm pays attention to what the audience is doing, and then we creators make content, for the audience based on the algorithm. So I like to think of it like a dog. All right, the parts of a dog. The head is the audience, the body is the YouTube platform, which is the algorithms, and we creators are the tail of the dog. And then what ends up happening is the dog ends up chasing its own tail, so who's in front and who's behind and who's leading who and what's going on. So, that's partly why you can't rely on figuring out the algorithm. And the other thing is the algorithms, they change in real time now. We're talking about Google here, and YouTube's part of Google, and there's artificial intelligence and machine learning, and so the algorithms are constantly updating and fixing themselves and improving, and it's we might as well say it's in real time. So in quantum mechanics, there's a thing called the uncertainty principle, which kind of applies to me in this situation. Is if you know where a particle is, you don't know its velocity. And if you know its velocity, you kind of don't know where it is. And the more accurately you know where it is, the less accurately you know where it's going. And that, to me, is how I think about the algorithms on the YouTube platform. Is if you know what the algorithms are doing right now, you have no idea where they're headed to. And if you know where they're headed, you don't know where you're at now. So you're just the dog chasing its tail if you're trying to figure it out, that who moves my cheese kind of thing. So we just need to ignore what the algorithms are doing and focus on our content. Make sense? So YouTube's goal is keeping people on the site. They want people to come to the YouTube. They want people to stay and watch content. And we can't even imagine the amount of content that's uploaded to YouTube. It's like trying to imagine what $1 trillion is. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of video are uploaded every minute. It would take you years to watch the amount of content that's uploaded in a short amount of time. So YouTube has to surface content that people want to watch. And it's just, the way they do that is by, using the tools and predicting what people are going to like. And that brings up a point there too with the algorithms is, think of it like a stock market. If suppose company Q has a stock at $100 a share, and some expert that is highly respected in the stock community comes out and says, company Q is in a lot of trouble, their stocks are going to tank, you better sell the stock. And sure enough, over the next couple of weeks, the stock drops from $100 to $75. Well, did the expert predict that the stock was going to drop, or did his actions cause the stock to drop? Prediction or causation? And to me, that's the dog chasing its tail with the audience and the algorithms and us creators making content. Are the algorithms predicting what the audience really wants, or are they causing the audience to watch what they watch? And again, that's why we can't base what we do on where the algorithms are today or where they might be tomorrow or next week. We just have to make good content. So make what you're passionate about, upload content that you love. At the same time, think about your keywords, think about what people will be interested in, and think about your thumbnails. So here's the keys to mastering what YouTube wants. Is what you have we can't control session starts, we can't control session watch time, because that's what YouTube's really interested in, is the session watch time. And all we have is information on the watch time on our videos, which is only a tiny percentage of session watch time. So is the things that we do have fully in our control are to make awesome titles for content that people are interested in, and making clickable thumbnails that are with the title. The title and the thumbnail go together to make for a clickable experience. And this is what's so important now that we have the click-through rate. And if you read what YouTube says, is that the majority of thumbnail images and titles, the average click-through rate is somewhere between 2% and 10%. So you think, well, I got a 5% click-through rate, I got a 7% click-through rate, I'm doing pretty good. That's average. If you want to be successful, you have got to work at mastering your titles and your thumbnails and getting it up higher. For me personally, the images that do the videos that do the best for me, I've got 12%, 13%, 14% click-through rates, and that's about as high as I've mastered, is right around in the 12 to 14% range. And then I end up getting 70, 80% suggested, doing well in browse. YouTube putting your content out there, because it's the tip of an iceberg. Hundreds and hundreds of hours are uploaded every minute. So we're just seeing, when videos are surfaced, it's just the tiniest little percentage of content that gets surfaced, because hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos are uploaded. So, and if you think about that, about 30% of videos never get 100 views. So the bottom 30% never ever see 100 views. Approximately half, ballpark, make it to 500 views. So if you get more than 500 views on a video, congratulations, you're in the upper half of videos on YouTube. And then 4.3%, somewhere in that neighborhood, makes it to 10,000 views. So you're in the top 4%, better than 96% of the videos if you make it up to 10,000 views. and just the tiniest fraction of a percent make it up higher than that, like 1 million views. So you have to have a really quality video, but in order for that quality video to surface, you have to have an excellent title with an excellent thumbnail. And then you're going to hear words over the next year or two or that about being clickbaity. But clickbait has multiple meanings. You're not tricking people by putting something on the thumbnail or the title that's not completely in, at all in the video. But you have to be a little sensationalistic and a teaser to get people to say, ooh, what's that about? To draw them in so that they'll want to see your video, so that it can get surfaced more and more and more. Make sense? I hope you've stayed this long, because this is really, really important. Big creators used to have the advantage on the platform with subscribers, but they don't anymore. Because what used to happen years ago is a big YouTuber would upload a video, and YouTube would notify and push it out to their subscribers, and they would get a lot of views because they got a lot of subscribers. And then YouTube would say, hey, this video must be really good, so we'll show it to more people. And it's that positive feedback loop. Big creator, lots of subscribers, pump it out, and it just feeds on itself. And the small creators, those people just starting out or with littler channels, I won't say you didn't have a chance, but it was really, really difficult to succeed. Today, notifications and subscribers don't work the same way. Suppose you're subscribed to 200, 300, 400 channels, whatever you're subscribed to. If every one of those creators published a video today, do you think you'd get 400 notifications in your feed or emails? Ain't happening. So YouTube today is, even though it's the #2 search engine in the world, it doesn't work the way it used to work. YouTube, it's the happiness staying on the platform components. YouTube surfaces videos to people that they think they want to watch to keep them on the platform, that sensationalizing thing. And so this is important. This is really, really important, okay? Suppose you're watching, your sink is plugged up in the kitchen. So you come to YouTube and you start a session and you look around and you find a video on unclogging the sink. And you're watching that video. In the old days, with related videos over on the side on a desktop or down below on a mobile device, you'd have all sink unclogging videos. Well, I mean, think about it. What are the odds that you're going to watch 2, 3, 4, 5 sink unclogging videos? You're going to watch the one that helps you unclog your sink, and then you're not interested in that anymore. So YouTube has found out if they surface other kinds of content, you're going to stay watching videos longer. So while you're watching that sink unclogging video, your suggested videos, there might be 1 or 2 other sink unclogging videos just in case you want to watch another one. But they're going to say, 2 or 3 days ago, you watched videos about teaching your dog to stay. So we're going to put a couple dog videos over there. And this video that is really trending, we got a video on climate change that's really getting a lot of engagement. So we're going to stick that in over there just in case you might be drawn to watch that. And, people that you subscribe to, people that you engage and interact with on their videos and you comment in that, those people are interested in a couple of these videos. So we're going to stick them, people that like this video. So you end up with a mix of videos over in the suggested, and if you go to the home page, the browse works the same way. Videos that you're interested in, videos that people you interact with, videos that they're interested in, videos related to videos that you've watched in the past that YouTube feels you're interested in, trending videos that just are getting a lot of engagement that you may not be interested in at all, but they have a high click-through rate, and so they stick them in over there for you to watch. And so that's why the whole notifications and subscriptions and other content it's this, YouTube wants you to stay on the platform watching videos, and they're going to surface videos regardless of what you're doing right now, with the hopes of keeping you on the platform, going down the rabbit hole, and you come to watch the sink unclogging video, and 3 hours later you're still, you're watching a giraffe being born video, or cat videos, or fishing videos, or whatever, travel video, whatever you're interested in. You're like, how did that happen? And that is the way the system works. YouTube is about getting people to the platform, keeping people on the platform, and making people happy. The things that are really critical are session starts, which we don't have access to, session watch time, which we don't have access to, and that keeping people happy. And your algorithm thinking is that you want people to watch your videos, and the longer they watch your video, the better. But the thing that's a real, gonna hurt your ranking, in my opinion, is if your video drops off really fast at the beginning. Even if your video's 10 minutes long and people watch for 2 or 3 minutes, that can be a good thing, depending on how they got to your video and what they do after they leave your video, if they go to other videos or that. But if people are bailing out of your video, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds into it, if you're seeing half the people leave, it's going to be hard for that video to get surfaced. You want your click-through rates to be 12, 13, 14%, 20%. The higher you can get it, the more likely your content's going to be surfaced. Don't be the dog chasing its tail. The audience, the algorithms on the platform, us creators, we end up going in a circle and we don't know who's leading who, and you're just going to drive yourself loopy with that. Make content that you love, but pay attention to the audience and make content that they want to see. And that's just the way to be better. Ignore the algorithms. You're never going to figure it out, because the minute you think you got it figured out, you don't. It's changed real time. It's constantly updating itself and improving and figuring out what people want. Thanks. Think about subscribing if you want to stay with me and get some more updates in that, and watch another video. I really appreciate it. And I know if you follow these plans, if you do what we've talked about in this video, you will be successful here on the YouTube platform.